She's around your children?
It does not hurt me, no. More than anything, I go into protective mode. Like, I'm never going to trust someone who adored my family setup so much that they worked their ass to come in. Of course, with the help of him, but still.
Hey, our children are perfectly fine.
Like I said, for me, knowing that they are around someone who has said such nasty and vile things about their mother and about
when all those babysitters that you had, 11 babysitters,
who said multiple things about their father.
11
See how
babysitters.
he defends her? He's bringing up something directly at me when a person who hears, as he knows, tried between our marriage, DMing me, see those things, and I could keep going. So when he sits there and tries.
If you thought the drama between Martell Holt and Melody Shari was over, think again. And now, Carlos King is stepping into the mix, dropping some serious truth bombs on Martell's revenge against Melody and giving his unfiltered thoughts on everything that has been going down.
It gets on my nerves.
So everybody just heard everything Martell said.
No, because
Martell said I'm playing the victim.
I wish one day people would see the person that you really are. You throw all the damn stones and hide your hands and be the victim. Because when we start going through stuff, I told you what you weren't doing in the marriage.
Now, y'all already know when Carlos speaks, he doesn't hold back. And what he just revealed has got everybody talking. So grab your popcorn because we're about to break it all down. Why is Martell still coming for Melody? What does Carlos King really think about the situation? And what's the truth behind this never-ending...
God is good, okay? So, in case you missed the other live earlier, I need a bag, so I had to... So, in real life, I always call Marlo, okay? I always call Marlo when I'm out shopping because she is my person. So, you know, y'all get a chance to see who I am in my real life, not stuff you hear about.
Drama. To really understand why this is such a big deal, we gotta go back to where it all started. Martell and Melody's messy divorce. Now, if you've been keeping up, you already know that their split wasn't just any regular breakup. It was filled with betrayal, cheating, and a whole lot of public back and forth.
Playing mind games, that's just what he does. Like him showing up here today with these flowers, this smile on his face, like Prince Charming, when we all know that he's responsible for all of the stuff happening on social media pertaining to me. That could change people's opinions about me by him giving these false narratives. He's responsible for that.
Melody walked away from her marriage after Martell's repeated infidelities, and ever since then, it seems like he just can't let go. Instead of moving on peacefully, Martell has been taking shots at Melody left and right, from their co-parenting struggles to trying to control her moves. And y'all, Carlos King has been watching it all unfold. Carlos King, the man behind Love and Marriage Huntsville, has finally decided to speak out on Martell's revenge tactics. And let's just say he did not hold back. Carlos admitted that Martell has been struggling ever since his marriage ended. He even hinted that Martell...
Teresa, I think to your point, listen, I think anybody who watches the show can see that Melissa wants to be the top dog, and she has trouble with Teresa constantly winning in the end. And this, I'm gonna tell you, it was the season where Danielle Staub, one of my favorites of all time.
Yes,
it was the season where Danielle Staub, unfortunately, Melissa, like, Teresa told me to pull the hair. What I saw was this excitement of Melissa getting the tea. Like, well, she did what? And I think in Melissa's mind, she was like, oh, baby, it's going down.
He was acting out of bitterness because he lost a good woman, and now he doesn't know how to handle it. According to Carlos, Martell's actions scream one thing: he's still pressed over Melody. But here's where it gets real interesting. Carlos didn't just call out Martell. He also exposed some of the behind-the-scenes details that fans didn't know about. Carlos pointed out that Martell has been on a mission to get back at Melody ever since she left. Whether it's shading her on social media, bringing other women into the mix, or even trying to turn people against her, Martell has been doing the absolute most. Well, Carlos believes it all comes down to one thing: control. Martell was used to being the man in charge, and when Melody took her power back, it bruised his ego. So now, instead of accepting that she's thriving without him, he's doing everything in his power to make her life difficult. Carlos also touched on how this ongoing feud has affected the show. Y'all, let's be real. Martell and Melody's drama has been one of the biggest storylines on Love and Marriage Huntsville, but Carlos revealed that things have gotten so toxic between them that it's even making it hard to film. According to Carlos, there have been times when production had to step in because things were getting out of hand. And let's not forget those intense reunions where Martell would explode whenever Melody spoke her truth. So what does Carlos think should happen next? Well, he made it very clear. Martell needs to heal and move on. Carlos believes that until Martell truly lets go of his bitterness, he will continue to be stuck in this cycle of revenge. He also suggested that Martell should focus on bettering himself rather than trying to tear Melody down. And let's be real, y'all, Carlos isn't wrong. At some point, Martell has to take accountability for his actions and stop blaming Melody for everything that's gone wrong in his life. Of course, after Carlos spoke out, the internet went crazy. Fans had a lot to say about his take on Martell's revenge tactics, and let's just say most people were siding with Melody. Melody fans pointed out that Martell had every opportunity to fix his marriage, but instead, he chose to keep disrespecting Melody. Others praised Carlos for finally calling Martell out and telling it like it is. But y'all know how Martell is. He doesn't like being called out. So the big question is, how will he respond to Carlos's truth bombs? At the end of the day, one thing is clear. Martell's revenge against Melody is not doing him any favors. And now that Carlos King has spoken out, there's no denying the truth. Martell needs to move on, Melody is thriving without him, and fans are tired of the same old drama. But what do y'all think? Is Carlos right about Martell's bitterness? Will Martell ever let go of his revenge, or is he too far gone at this point? Please subscribe my channel